Hey guys, this is Josh Shoemaker again here with Dan Keenan for a third ball review video of the day. Lane's a little bit chopped up now, so hopefully this is enough for this new Road Warrior to look pretty good. So the Road Warrior is the same setup kind of as the original Road that came out a while back, but this time it's wrapped in the R2S Deep Pearl and also has the Power Edge finish, which is the new finishing process that Storm is using for their shinier pieces. The road for me was very condition specific. For me, it was kind of a little bit too strong to go straight and a little bit too loopy to go left. I didn't really know if it wanted to be too quick or too slow, so I didn't really throw it a ton. I've gotten some time with this now, and with it having a little bit cleaner and more responsive of a cover, also with the Power Edge finish, I feel like it's going to get a lot more use than the road did for me. So these lanes, I got quite a few games of transition now. So it's going to be a little bit tougher with this being such a quick ball to play a little bit straighter. So I'm going to go ahead and start kind of in the middle part of the lane here. Just get one going a little bit further right and kind of see what it does. Wow. All right.
Responds off the dry.
Yeah, I already got to make another little bit of jump left here.
So like Josh said, this is an improved version of the road. Road was, I don't want to say not a good ball, but for me, it wasn't the best ball. Again, when I played straight with it, I would see it not really, it would be a little strong and I would just bump myself a half a zone left. And then, the 10 pin would really come into play, the weak 10. So this, I just did a little bit stronger of a layout, pin up, 4-inch, just a 4 x 2 3/4. With the Power Edge finish, I really, really like what I see so far. So first thing that I was afraid of with this ball was when I will go to it, and it's usually going to be, you're going to use it when the lanes are crispier. But I always fear going to balls like this because of that puddle that can be in the middle. This ball does not miss that puddle. It actually picks up a roll quick enough. And for some reason, this Power Edge is going through that slop and still shaping very nicely for me. First thing I noticed.
Yeah, it's definitely a very unique piece. I got a chance to throw this against one of my old favorites, an older 2014 High Road. The High Road that I threw it against is drilled a little bit weaker, but it had some surface on it. Technically a stronger core and stronger cover on the original High Road compared to this one. And this one was, or the new Road Warrior was night and day stronger than the original High Road was. So I'm going to go ahead and jump another 2 left here. Just try to see if I can get one down the lane a little bit. There we go. Like Dan said, I mean, at this point, that the bigger balls, kind of like that Origin and S2, were struggling a little bit to respond quick enough to be usable from this far left where I am now. And even the Road Warrior, with having all the polish on it, had no problem. It seems like I can jump another two or three left and not have an issue.
So some initial reviews I've been paying attention to. This ball's been getting some comparisons to the OG High Road Pearl. I don't think I'd compare it to that. I tried some High Road Pearls here when I first came back on staff a couple of years ago. The High Road Pearl for me was much too clean. I never really got to use them. That spot was really reserved for the Hype Pearl. So I think this is a lot like a Hype Pearl. I would say the Lightning Blackout is more like a High Road Pearl. I see this as a original High Road, like the old High Roads, the 2014 High Roads, but with more shape down the lane that combats the modern day slicker oils. So I'm gonna go a little left here, and I'm gonna use the dry on this one. That's how you split the 8.9. So that was using the dry more, and as you can see, it blends off it. It's not too slow. It's not too quick. I think we would call that a medium ball, Josh.
Yeah, kind of like right in the middle of the road. Yeah. So yeah, I think Dan said it pretty well. So another kind of piece that this kind of reminds me of is like the Exponent Pearl, which is a favorite of mine. Kind of middle of the road, middle in terms of response and strength. That I think was a piece that was very underutilized by a lot of people.
Yes.
I did drill this one decent amount stronger. This one's right at 4 inches with a shorter buffer because I knew with how clean the cover and the surface is going to be, I wanted something that's going to start up. Around here in Western New York, we do bull on a decent amount of volume a lot of the time. So it's not every day where I'm going to get into a piece like this, but I want to know that when I do get into a piece like this, it's going to flare enough to hook. So I'll go ahead and move another 2 left here. Well, unlucky there, but that was another pretty good shot. A little bit more up the lane, which is I wanted to do from there, and you could see even from going left to right and getting it up the oil and lane, it had no problem hooking. Got a little unfortunate with the ball going through the pins there, but it still looked good from there.
So immediately my eyes picked up on this ball is that even though it is cleaner, it's definitely on the cleaner end, but the core really seems to take over pretty quickly. You can it kind of makes me look like I have a decent rev rate. It's for all you that make fun of me out there. So I'm gonna go even more left here and really open up my angle. So that was 3 left off of split the 8.9. I tried getting around it more, so my tendency when I'm trying to get around it more is to go a little firmer so it gets offline. But I think if I let that see the dry, the next one, that'll be pretty money.
I'm going to go ahead and jump another, let's go 3, and just make sure I catch it all for its worth at the bottom, and we'll see what it does. Yeah, just brings me back to those early 2010 days with the high roads. I mean, I've drilled probably a dozen of them at this point. I've always preferred the little older serial number 1 because I felt they were a little bit stronger and smoother and blended them out a little bit more. And this kind of just brings you back to drilling my first one 10 years ago.
So I have 3 modern high roads that are in the tournament bag. And one of the things that I noticed differently about them compared to the older high roads, now this could just be the new slicker oils, is the original high roads, new version of them. They tend to still be clean, but stand up a little bit at the end of the patterns. I could actually see myself taking them down and putting the Power Edge finish on them. I'm actually might do that as a little experiment here the next week and see if I can create something with that. All right, let me see if I can actually slow it down and open my angle. So that was in the same spot where I just, 2.8?
Yeah, just got that one going right a little quicker.
So I just got that right a little quicker and kept my ball speed up, and it is definitely very good.
Just go ahead and just keep jumping left, I guess, till I miss, and then we'll go into the Original high road. Go to here. Getting a little greedy with it now. We got about 3.5 games of transition here, so asking for that one to hook from that far left it is asking quite a bit, but still got up to the pocket, still got 9. So,
all right, I'm gonna jump to the road. Because if I keep throwing this Road Warrior, you're just gonna see about 30 more shots because I like it that much. Core expansion.
oh boy.
Got it. All right. I'm going to stand where I just did on the last shot. My expectation with this, it's very similar layout, just pinned down. So the back number is just slightly higher, but the pin distance is the same. I expect this probably not to get there. So that's very, very close to what I expected from that spot.
So I'll go ahead and jump into a high road from here. This is an oldie but goodie, an old 2014 high road. This is one of my favorite years along with the IQ Tours. I'll go back and throw the first shot where I struck in the first shot with the Road Warrior, and I think you're either going to see this one get offline really quick and be a little too responsive, or it might actually never quite see it either. Just with this being substantially weaker. Or I'll be wrong and absolutely split the 8-9 with it.
All right, so another thing I did on the last shot with this road, I actually significantly, by almost a half mile an hour, slowed it down, and it still didn't get there. So I'm going to go full zone back to the right. So this is actually a very good video comparison because this is almost exactly what I was expressing with the road, what I see. It should be able to, by the numbers and by design, it should be able to be used and executed at this point. And for some reason, it just did not match up to me. And I know a lot of bowlers that I've talked to in the shops agree with that assessment.
Yeah, I think with having a little bit stronger of a cover on the road, a little bit dull of our surface, it just kind of, I mean, you can see how much slower response it is even when Dan bumped right with that. These high roads, the cores, they like a little bit cleaner and more responsive covers, in my opinion. That's why the original high road and the high road pearl were so good for so long. So I'll go ahead and jump a little bit more left here. Here. Get this one going right again and see if I can make a liar out of me 2 shots in a row. Yeah. There you can see, even with that, technically having a stronger cover on it, it's too clean from that far left, where the Road Warrior had no issue with striking from there. The high road just kind of going to wiggle. So it's definitely, the original high road for me is definitely going to be a ball down from that Road Warrior.
All right, I'm going to end with the Road Warrior.
Just throwing some of the new stuff. Pretty good. I had 770 with the one on Monday on 1 and 2. And then I threw the other one the week before and had like 720. So they're definitely rolling good. Just got to stay in that funnel. You can stay in that funnel, you strike the days. As soon as you got to get left or right.
You definitely need to go drill one of these balls the day it comes out. Get yourself a Christmas gift, a Thanksgiving gift, and a New Year's gift. Drill 3 of them.
There you go. Dan said it best. If you guys are interested, stop into your local pro shop and pre-order it. This one releases with the other 2 on the 22nd. Catch you on the next one.